Hi, beautiful soul. I am Inès if you're brand new here. And today we want to talk about how to radiate feminine energy. Our last live stream was really interesting for many of you. And it was about how to connect with your feminine energy. So today let's talk about how to radiate that feminine energy. And this video was inspired by what happened to me this morning. And I want to share that with you in a moment. So, like we said in our last live stream, feminine energy is not something like it's on or it's off. It's more like in a range, it can be a percentage of expressing our feminine energy. And so there are many aspects of that feminine energy also. There are two main, like the light feminine energy, which is so bubbly and light, and the dark feminine energy, which is more assertive, stern. I see that like the light feminine energy can be represented at that mom energy, right? That nurturing, loving, caring energy. And also that angel energy, like very pure, very bright, very smiling, happy, right? And our dark feminine energy can be that serious energy, like you don't mess up with me. And it can be represented by that siren energy, that's seductress energy. So all those are facets of the feminine energy, and I'm sure there are many other ones that I'm not thinking about right now. But what I want to say is that there are many facets. So our feminine energy is not just one aspect. And when we are able to represent all those aspects in different circumstances or to integrate them within us, this is when we can really radiate that powerful feminine energy. For me, also, when you see that Zen person, right, that very poised, very present, very centered, not letting the judgment carry your emotion, but knowing that all of that is just illusions, that is also one aspect of radiating that feminine energy for me, right? And so being in a high vibrational state, all of those things are really expressions or radiation of our feminine energy. What happened for me this morning is that I was just doing my morning work, and this morning was a foggy day, right? One of the things that help us to radiate our beautiful energy is being able to absorb energy also for the element of nature, right? The sun, the air, the hair, the air, the wind, I mean, right? And the forest, the trees, everything can radiate energy. And when we are in contact of those elements, instead of just being in our home, well, our home can also have a beautiful vibration that we cultivate, right? For example, blessing your home, praying for our home, that we elevate also the energy of that home, or having a lot of fun activities in your home. When you do that, you are giving a beautiful energy to your home, right? And before I continue that story, we cannot talk about our feminine energy without talking about our masculine energy, right? Like one of my teachers likes to say, our feminine energy is like the yolk of the egg, right? And the masculine energy is like that uh, outer protection. And so we need that also. We need that protection. We need that structure for our yolk, our feminine energy to be able to freely flow, to be free to flow, right? Because if we don't have that masculine structure first, our feminine energy will just be like on the floor, not able to blossom, right? So what is the masculine energy in this aspect? It is the structure, the discipline that will help us to be so radiant, to be so happy, if you want to call it like that, or most fulfilled, most confident. what are those routines for you that make you feel at your best, that make you elevate your energy, right? For me, they are walks in nature. They are taking a good shower, having my beauty routine, like moisturizing the skin or doing some face mask, right? What is it for you? Maybe it's also meditating, listening to something that is inspiring for you. All of those things cultivate your feminine energy. And when you are outside, like I said in the last stream, you can really take the time to absorb all those elements of nature. You walk and you are flowing. You don't just put your hands in your jacket, for example, now that it's getting cold, but you also let your arms be a little bit more free so that you can flow, right? And you, with your look, you are looking around and with a resting smile on your face, like you think, I'm really blessed, right? I'm really magnificent. And when you can radiate that energy, it's really beautiful. And on foggy days or cloudy days, like today was, you can see the halo of the sun and sun gazing. So looking to the sun when it's protected with clouds or fog is really a beautiful, elevating thing for our energy. But when the sun is just bare like that, it can be too much for our eyes, right? So I really advise that early morning or when the sun is protected by clouds and fog, you can look at the sun and imagine that you are being charged by all that sun energy, right? So this is what I was doing this morning. And another thing is that you can dance with the different energies of the feminine energy, your light feminine energy and your dark feminine energy. What are you mostly expressing? Are you more a warm person, really bubbly and greeting everybody on the way when you take a walk, for example? Or are you more the dark feminine type, being more earned, stern, having a looking but not smiling all the time, not caring about greeting other people because you are not there to please the people, you are there for yourself. What type are you more? Okay, depending on what type you are, you can decide to switch the energies, right? So if you were bubbly and greeting everybody every day, it's a little bit of the characteristic of people who like to please other people, right? They want to be like in return. So they will greet hello and expect that other people will also greet so happily. So if that is you, then try the other side where you don't smile as much and you just walk. And when you can decide if you want to do the eye contact or not with the people, you just walk because your nature is more bubbly and kind and so happy. Training that other nature is going to help you elevate your power. And if, on the other hand, you are more like someone who doesn't care about what other people think, you just do your thing, well, try the other side where on the wall you try to make eye contact and to greet people with a smile, right? To brighten someone's day. So this is also how you can radiate that feminine energy more by balancing the two elements. So I think for myself, I used to be very bubbly and trying to please people and trying to smile and to greet people without wanting anything in return necessarily. But I trained that nature of, okay, I will give my joy away and I don't want anything in return. It's their problem if they respond or if they don't respond. Okay, I explained this part because this is what I was practicing also this morning, right? I was like, okay, today I'm just with myself. I'm not greeting anybody today. I'll just walk with a peaceful energy, remembering how blessed I am, and just walk and just walk. So I was doing that, and it I saw a few people, and I just walked my way, right? Even beautiful children with their mom, and I was like, oh, they are so cute. But I was like, I'm not greeting anybody today, so I'm just walking. So I'm walking like that. And then I see someone with their dog, and the dog comes to me, and I'm like, and the dog come again. So I'm like, okay, I will show my hand and then caress the dog. And it's like, wow, this dog usually doesn't let anybody caress them. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Because for me, I wasn't even caring about greeting someone, but that dog came to me after I was just gazing at the sun and soaking in the energy of the sun and remembering myself, how blessed I am, and so on. So I think this is the radiation of the feminine energy that attracted that dog to me. And I will give you my trick that I learned from my husband also, how to be with the dogs, right? So you show your hand first, like this, the back of your hand to their nose so that they can sniff you. And when they know you, when they do that, they know you. And so they will let you um, caress them. I know there is another word for that in English, but I don't think of it right now. Pet them, I think. They will let you pet them. So that was a beautiful confirmation also for me, because when I see that the animals, it can be dog, it can be butterfly, it can be birds, right? They come to you. Sorry. So it's so important to stay hydrated also, especially when we use our voice so much. So they come to you because they can sense that energy. Also, the people can sense, right? We humans, we can sense also when people have a particular energy, but the animals are so sensitive and they don't block it. They don't say, okay, I can feel your energy, but I will not come to you or anything like that. They will sense your energy and they will come to you also. Wow. And they will greet you in their own way. I love that when a butterfly come and they can sit on your hand or on your head. That is really, really rare. And I could see that happen to my brother one day, and I thought that was so miraculous, right? But for me, it's more like the dogs that come to greet me, and I'm like, oh, hi. So I always take the time to do that. So my trick is really you show them first your hand, and then you can pet them, and they will be okay. So that was one part, how that feminine energy can be radiating out of you. It doesn't matter if you have chosen to be so bubbly and be like hi hi to everybody, or if you are just concentrating on your own energy, on your own blessedness, right? And on the own beautiful magnificence of the universe. Because when you say I'm not greeting anybody, it's not like I am sending resentment to everybody. It's not the same, right? It's more like I am contained in my feminine energy bubble or in my energy bubble here, and I'm taking care of myself. I'm recharging my energy with the sun, with the air, right? It's different than being like very angry and be like, I'm not greeting anybody today because I'm angry and I will send the resentment everywhere. That is not the energy I'm talking about when we talk about the dark feminine energy, right? It's really different. All right. So I wanted to tell you that one teacher that I've amazing also explained this in relationships. Like there is this analogy. I will try to explain it the way I understood it. How our feminine energy or our energy in general is so influenced in relationship, and it can create a certain polarity, right? And in the current society, especially in the Western society, a lot of people have difficulty finding their partner. Okay, and the way I understand it is that imagine that we were all grasshoppers, right? There can be some characteristic like a little bit of color for the female, and the male is no color, or the other way around, because generally in nature the female are more less colorful and the male are more colorful, like for the ducks, for example. We have a pond here, and you can see how the female ducks are more brown and the male are more colorful, right? So imagine that that is the case. But also imagine that the only way how they can know if you are a female or a male is through your odor, right? You emanate something. So that odor for us human can be our energy if we are expressing more of the masculine or the feminine energy. So imagine that the only way how they will know that they are attracted to another female, the only way a male can know that he's attracted to a female is by that odor. He's not able to see the color of the female and recognize, okay, this is a female because she doesn't look like me, right? So when you express too much of your masculine energy, what it can do is to mask your feminine energy. Or even if you express part of your wounded feminine energy too, it doesn't recognize that as an attractive energy, right? It doesn't want to mate because it doesn't understand that you are a mateable partner or something like that. So for us human, if we are too much in our wounded feminine energy, or if we are experiencing a high percentage of our masculine energy, the other person cannot recognize that we are a partner that will be able to mate and to have children, because one of the needs of the primal needs of the humans is to be able to survive and to be able to reproduce. So unconsciously we are always looking for people who are going to be able to be fantastic mate for survival, for reproduction, right? So when we express too much of our masculine energy, or we are wounded and we don't trust, that male cricket grasshopper will look at us and be so confused because we look feminine, right? We have put our makeup and our nice clothes and everything, but the aura that we emanate is so confusing. It's not the aura of a perfect mateable partner, right? And so it's like, oh, she's supposed to be a female, but how come that I have this strong masculine presence? I don't want to mate with a masculine grasshopper, so I will look away, right? And imagine that so many women are doing that. By the way, if you have any question for me, you can put them in the chat, right? So imagine that so many women do that, like being very masculine, being very driven, and so not being so in touch with their intuition, not trusting, not feeling safe enough to get out of the survival mode, and all those characteristics of the feminine energy, they are not representing that, but they are more representing the hustle, the structure, the discipline of the masculine energy, but also the aspects of the wounded feminine energy or the wounded masculine energy, like feeling heard and not trusting other people, not showing vulnerability, only wanting to talk about the success and be like, oh, we are in competition and I'm going to win. I will show you how strong I am, right? Those traits are not so attractive for that partner. So instead of being attracted to each other, what happens is that they are going to be repelled by each other, right? And the more you try to push forward, like, okay, I'm going to go and chase him, I'm going to tell him that I'm the best for him, it will just go away even more, right? So that is one beautiful analogy how I could understand the polarity in the relationships. How when we express that feminine energy, we can be more able to attract the polar energy of the masculine energy. And when we are in a healthy feminine energy, we attract a healthy masculine energy. This is why it's so important to constantly work on ourselves to attract our match, right? And of course, we will have our past, our limiting belief, our past traumas, anything that is making us feel like, oh, I need to heal, right? But this is not a reason why we are not going to find someone. What if we can find someone and we heal those things that need to be healed together? The way the universe works is that it is when you feel safe enough, it is when you are evolving and fulfill, that the next layer will come up because you have enough energy to tackle that also. If you are in survival mode, if you are not able to eat, to have shelter, how can you um, have energy to deal with past traumas, right? So our inner work is going to help us to heal, and the more we heal, the more we are able to to shine so brightly, right? That feminine energy, even the masculine energy, our expression of those energy are more high vibrational, and the more high vibrational we can express those energy, the more we are expressing our divine feminine energy and our divine masculine energy also. So, how can we radiate more of those energies? Is by elevating our own energy regularly. What structures can you put in place so that you are more flowing, right? How can you make your life easy? If you have structure for things that are so easy, for example, for your breakfast, deciding if you are going to have what type of breakfast is healthy for you, right? For me, for example, I have gluten-free bread that I can eat with avocados on some days. On other days, I will do something like oatmeal, and on other days, I could do something like a smoothie, right? Having that is a clear structure that I can use in order to have my breakfast. And for lunch, Mittagessen, like we call it in Germany, I have also a list of different things that I can cook for the family, right? And depending on how busy I am on certain days, I will choose something that is quick, or I will choose something where I can invest my time and my joy of cooking, right? So having structures like that is going to help you to flow, even for your content creation, right? If you aspire to be a content creator or to have your own business, I am currently doing Feminine Rebirth, which is all about setting up the foundations of your dream business the feminine way. And one aspect of that in content creation, instead of filming a video and editing 1,000 times, you can simplify your editing process, right? Go once and then let it go. Or even better, you can come and do a live stream. Make sure that you are high vibrational, and then before your live stream, you can put some uh, you can write down some point that you don't want to forget, like I did right here, right? And then you just come and you trust that what needs to be said to your soul aligned people, right, will be said, right? And the ability to be vulnerable is not a sign of weakness, right? Being able to be vulnerable is a sign of strength. Not only talking about all your successes, but also being able to talk about your challenges that you are facing so that somebody else can be inspired by your authenticity and your transparency, right? This is a very beautiful attribute of our feminine energy also, because we show that we are safe enough and we are secure enough to trust that we are not going to be judged, right? And even if we are judged, it's not from us, it's none of our business, right? Because people see in us a reflection of them. So when someone is judging you, actually, they are judging what they see them in you, if that makes sense, right? So, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, that authenticity, being able to be more authentic. For me, for example, I love wearing my makeup, right? It's a beautiful thing. It's like you are a painter with your own face and you have a canvas and you can express your creativity on your own face. And at the same time, I also love my bare face, right? Like I'm doing my face care routine, skincare routine for the face. And I have my beautiful lotions that I can put on. And then being in authenticity enough, embracing my shadow sides enough to be able to show up like I am in front of you today. Why should we think that feminine energy is only that siren that has the makeup on, right? The archetype of the mom can choose to be that siren also. The archetype of the angel can choose to be that siren also. And vice versa. The siren can also be that mom, right? She can also be that angel. She can also be that seductress, the mom, the angel, all those archetypes. How can we integrate them in ourselves and still feel like we are magnificent, right? I think this is a beautiful aspect of our feminine energy. Not thinking that we need some accessories, be it the makeup, be it the clothes, be it the jewelry, in order to feel beautiful enough or feminine enough or goddess like enough, like some people love to say, or queen like enough, right? What if at our essence, being naked in front of the mirror, we can feel our magnificence? What if we can show that nakedness to the world, being vulnerable? Well, it really starts when we accept ourselves fully, right? We accept our naked self fully. One of the exercise that one of my mentors had is to stay in front of the mirror naked and to look at yourself and be in awe and be like, wow, you look amazing, you look magnificent, right? And some people at the beginning, they will be shy, they will be like, oh no, they want to look away. What if you can really fall in love with yourself? Fall so much in love with yourself that it radiates. The love that you have for yourself radiate to other people. Because how can someone else love you when you don't even love yourself, right? You would think that, oh, everything that someone can say to you, oh, like you are beautiful and you are so magnificent, you are amazing, it will only register with you to the degree that you believe also those same things. If you believe the contrary, it doesn't matter who is telling you what, you will not believe them, right? But if you believe that you are magnificent, even if someone is there and they tell you the contrary, you'll be like, oh, that is just your opinion, right? Because you know yourself enough and you love yourself unconditionally. That is the radiation of powerful energy, be it the masculine energy, be it the feminine energy. Because in my way of thinking, it's really when we integrate also those energy that we are really powerful. So in content creation, I believe that instead of just doing the live stream, it also has a place to do the upload because of how the algorithm work. I think that the uploads are more promoted than the live streams, right? So the live stream will help you in your feminine energy to produce more of your creativity in your creative way, right? But it's also important to have some uploaded video. You can use that live stream and upload it also, right? But you then have to do some editing. I don't know if you can have the same video with the same title and the same content being uploaded and let both there. I know that some people who do that put it as upload, but then they have to unpublish the live stream or something like that. So there are many possibilities, and they are here to help us to simplify our life, to bring in more ease, more flow in our life. Another important thing is when we can trust our intuition. So when we can trust our intuition, it helps us to feel more safe, to feel more secure, because we know that we will always be guided. We don't have to explain with logic what our decisions are. We just trust that that feeling, that inner guidance that we have, it is the right thing to do. And even if we think, oh, I made a mistake, well, there is no mistake because that was a lesson that you were going to learn for your life going forward, right? So being free like that, knowing that I will always follow my intuition, and it doesn't matter if I think that it was a mistake or not. What is the lesson that I've learned? If you think like that, you are really confident in life. That inner confidence, right? You don't rely so much on other people's opinions to make your decisions. You just follow that inner guidance. One of my mentor called this the law of lesser pizza. So if you should peace yourself or peace other people, always choose to peace other people because they can be there today, but maybe tomorrow they will not be there. But with yourself, you will always be with yourself, right? So if you choose to peace yourself, well, you will live with that forever, right? But if you choose to peace other people, well, they will be pissed off, but then they will go and you will stay like, I am okay with myself, right? So I love that also. Being able to release control. Well, we need a degree of control. We need those structures. We need that self-discipline, right? Because when we talk about feeling good about ourselves, if we are exercised, if we have had a healthy breakfast, if we are nurturing our body properly, taking care of ourselves with supplement maybe, all of this is going to help us to feel that self-trust. Like when I say I will do something, I do that thing. If we are consistent in our projects that we do, we are strengthening our self-trust. And that self-trust is also something that will radiate out as confidence, as magnetism, because people love order and they love people who seems like they have it together, right? They will be attracted to that energy. And that energy is also contagious. So when you are inspiring like that for yourself, you can also inspire other people who want that discipline, who want that structure in order to be able to follow their intuition, to flow and to be more creative, right? So that structure is the masculine energy, and that flow, that creativity, that intuition, that is our feminine energy. It doesn't matter in which form we decide to express it. Like we talk about the mom or the angel or the seductress or the siren, right? The dark feminine, the light feminine, it doesn't matter how we choose to express it. All right, what else do I have here? So how can we bring more ease in our life? This is one way how we will be more able to radiate more of our feminine energy. What can we simplify? How can we rest more also? Because when you are in a rested state, you are not so irritated by the things and the event that happen around you. So a beautiful way to rest is really to calm your mind, not just resting from your work, like, okay, I'm going to watch a show, because that can also be well, if it's a fun show that you absolutely love, it's beautiful. But if it's a horror movie and you don't normally love horror movie, then it's also stressful for your body, right? To be like, oh, because your body cannot differentiate if that is just a movie in a theater or if that is real life experience. You will be stressed, right? You will feel the same stress. So instead, what if you could rest like meditation, like resting, breathing, allowing yourself to just observe your thoughts, right? Not engaging with them, not thinking about, oh, I will plan this and I'll plan that. What I love to do is when I'm overwhelmed with my thoughts, I take a piece of paper and I write them down. Or if I'm not able to do that, I can just imagine that all those thoughts are getting out like a bubble also out of my head and sitting there in the corner waiting for me to come back to them the next day. Because sometimes when you want to sleep, there are so many things that are getting planned in your head, right? Your content creation planning, or the course creation, anything, the kids, what there is to do for them and everything, right? But for a deep sleep, you really need to be calm in your mind. That's why it's beautiful to take a piece of paper and write all those things down so that they can wait for you there. Or if you are not able to do that, you can just imagine that all those ideas are just getting out of your head and sitting there in the corner. When you wake up in the morning, you smile, you wish yourself a great day, and then you can see if you want to take those things in again and continue to work on them, right? Because our mental energy is also something that will influence how freely we radiate our beautiful feminine energy, which is more a restful energy, a high vibrational energy, an energy of I can just express my creativity, I can just enjoy life, right? I can just explore my sensuality, right? Like I say in the last live stream, I really recommend that you watch again the last live stream, in order to see how to really connect with that feminine energy. All right, what else do I have here? We talk about the many facets of the feminine energy, and we talk about sun gazing also, and stuff like our routines, the morning routine. How do you wake up? I talk a little bit about that. Like when you wake up, instead of starting to stress about all the things that you have to do, choose to wake up in a high vibrational state. Choose to smile or to laugh when you wake up. Choose to bless the day. Choose to think about your gratitude, because all of those things are going to set up a beautiful day for you. All right, I have talked about all of the things that I wanted to talk about today, and I will just remind you that I have two courses: a new you, which is all about loving yourself unconditionally, being yourself authentically, and then going after what you want in life, allowing it to be attracted to you, right? And starting to live the life beyond your dreams. And then I also have Feminine Rebirth, which is ongoing, and that is all about creating the foundation for your dream business. All right, if you feel called to join me, then feel free to visit femininerebirth.com. I cannot wait to see you in the next live stream or in the next video. So until next time, stay inspired. I love you. Bye bye. Bye.